Hey y'all, it's Elisha and welcome back to Elisha's Crafty Hoplop. And I have some kind of joyful happy meal from Miss Barbara Forde. And she has been here almost from the beginning. So this is so pretty, this wrapping paper. And she has generously taped it down with like metallic washi so I can reuse it, and because it's so cute. Actually, you know what's funny? I like it so much, Barbara, that I actually want to use it for crafting. Like this would make a really pretty envelope, or like a cool part of a flat mailer or a collage piece. It's really pretty, y'all. It's really pretty paper. I don't know where you got it, but it's super cute. This was an unexpected happy mail, and I was really touched. So thank you so much for taping it in a way that I could reuse it. So that means like the wrapping becomes part of the gift, y'all, because y'all know I'm hoarding wrapping paper because stores are open now, so I can go out in Manhattan. Oh, wow. Wow. These are K95s, y'all. This was amazingly thoughtful of you. Really thoughtful of you. And really touching. These are the respirator masks that are like, these are the ones like my husband went to get me in the Middle East. These are similar to he sent me something similar that I'm putting in Belinda's package. They're hard to come by. I don't know where you got them, but I'm really grateful to you. This was really, there's 10 of them in here. And with your permission, I'm going to send one of these in Lanny's package with a note that it came from you. And I'm also going to send, if it's okay with you, also to Sunshine Honeybees. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say to all of you. My husband and I have been talking about this. You know, because like sending you guys a paper pad to say thank you is not really appropriate. Like it's not really a kind way to thank you for everything. And I said that to him. And I'm such a slow maker that if I make something for each of you, it's going to take me a year. And so I said to him, what do we do to thank these people? And we're still trying to figure that out, y'all. How do you thank somebody for saving your life? I mean, that's really what I'm asking. That's why a paper pad doesn't really cut it, you know? And a gift like this makes me teary because of that. In a good way. In a good way. It makes me emotional. But that's okay. That's not a bad thing. But, you know, this week's been hard because we've had Marcy come down with COVID and become very sick with it. And so it's been a hard week. And we've had many people lose family members, and we've had many people whose families were impacted by it. And our own community was too, right? We now know that like Heather's mystery virus that lasted a month and a bit was probably COVID, y'all. You know, they didn't know what it was. Remember how sick she was? Right? And then Sabrina had it at the beginning. I mean, it's been pretty difficult for everybody. And Suzanne Noko's children, or her daughter-in-law, and all of you, I think the only reason why I didn't contract it is because you sent me supplies, any supplies you could find. So I don't think a paper pad, you know, even the one you want the most, is going to say thank you properly. In fact, it just feels like I said to my husband, it's funny, it just feels like the wrong thing to send you as a thank you. And yet I'm the slowest maker. So what do? I don't know. We haven't figured it out yet. We will eventually. We will eventually. We're still discussing it, he and I. But really what you've done is you've made sure that I didn't get COVID. You've given me every chance not to get COVID. It doesn't, listen, there's no safety net. That even taking the precautions that I take, even with everything my doctor says, I'm still at risk. Don't forget, I'm going to the hospital 3-4 times a week. I'm riding in a car with people that take off their masks when I'm not there, which means they're exposed to COVID. So there's no way to safeguard me 100%. Not even 80%, she tells me. And it's unfortunate that I have to go to the hospital at all, because then I would just stay around here where I'm much safer. But unfortunately, because I'm off my medicine, I have no choice. But what you have done is you've given me my best fighting chance. That's what you've done. And I will find a way to say thank you eventually. It just can't be something that feels cheap. And, you know, normally a paper pad's a great gift. You see, it's one of my favorite things to give people, especially specialty paper pads. But this is not the way you thank somebody for this. So I got to come up with something more original. This is one of those times where I wish I was a much faster maker. My friend Cruz can make the most amazing things overnight. Crafting con Cruz, she is the opposite of me. She is, when she has focus, and if she has a night to herself, what that woman can get done in a night is mind-blowing. We're the opposite of each other in terms of how we make. And I often envy her speed, because if I had her speed, I would make everybody something very personalized. But I'm so slow, y'all, that it really would take me a year. So I have to figure this out. We haven't come up with the ideal solution, but when we do, we'll enact the plan. Miss Forde, thank you so much. Thank you. These are really hard to come by, y'all. These are like, okay, so you know how the respirator masks, the 95s, like, are impossible to get, right? They're really hard to get. And so the next best security measure is a K95, which is what Miss Forde has sent. And if you wear that with a cloth mask over it, my doctor says you need the 2 layers to be super safe. I don't know if y'all know that. So it's very hard to breathe with 2 layers. I'm going to tell you that. Even when the mask is made from 100% cotton, it's really hard to breathe with 2 masks on. But my doctor, all the doctors in New York wear 2 masks. They either wear a cloth or a medical mask over a K9, over not a K95, but the respirator mask. And they say that if you don't wear the second mask covering the first, then you can't keep reusing that mask. So even if you spray it with alcohol. So you have to wear 2 masks. But I will tell you, even if you didn't have a lung problem, like I have lung issues with my illness, it's really hard to breathe with 2 masks. And try going to a post office or carrying something or doing grocery shopping. It's really hard. So now that our temperatures are rising, it gets even harder and you get all hot and sweaty. The other day was the first time I told my doctor I was walking down the street and I was sweaty because it was hot. And I was coming back from the hospital and my ears must have been sweaty because the loop fell off for the first time. And so, like, that's now something else I have to think about. So I ordered myself an extra baseball hat because my baseball hat was in the wash. So I couldn't wear it until it was washed. Because the baseball hat keeps, no matter what, keeps the masks on. It's an amazing thing. It doesn't just hide bad hair, but it keeps the masks firmly in place even when you're sweaty. So I'm just going to give you a heads up. You, especially for Belinda Barton, Michelle Bastian, anyone going to doctor's appointments, Miss P, right? Bonnie Myers going with your sister, you need to wear 2 masks. It's really important. I am working on those kits. They are going out, so they're going to go out Monday. In fact, I'm almost finished them. I'm going to work on them a bit tonight and a bit tomorrow. But please remember that, y'all. A big, big, big thank you to Miss Barbara Forde. This was a super generous gift. And with your permission, I'm going to make sure that that I get some to Lanny. And actually, if it's okay with you, I'm going to also include an extra one of these in for Belinda as well. Thank you so very much. Life-saving meal, y'all. I really wouldn't be here if not for all of you. That's the truth. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. All right, y'all. That is it for me for today. I have some crafting to do and some videos of yours to watch and lots of comments to catch up on. Tomorrow I am just going to craft and watch your videos and catch up on more comments. That's what my plan is. My mom leaves to go out of town on Monday, so I may need to help her with some last minute things, but besides that, I'm just going to craft tomorrow. I'm hoping the same for you. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a safe and healthy evening. Bye for now.